Hey guys. So today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about foreclosed homes. Okay. I keep hearing people say stuff like, "Hey, can you send me a list of foreclosures?" Or they'll say, "Yeah, I'm just waiting to buy. I'm waiting until those foreclosures hit the market, right?" And I always follow that up with, "Can I just ask you why? Why foreclosures particularly?" And 99% of the time, the answer that I get has something to do with the price. People have this misconception that foreclosed homes are going to be super cheap and they're going to get a super big deal and a super break on the price just because it's a foreclosed home. And the truth of the matter is that is simply not the case. So let me explain a little bit. I am a certified short sale and foreclosure specialist, and I have been working in real estate since before the previous crash. When the market crashed back in 2008 through 2011, we saw a ton of foreclosures hit the market. As a matter of fact, I would even go as far as to say that they flooded the market, where the majority of homes available became foreclosures. And because of that, we ended up with the opposite issue of what we have now. So, right now, we are in a very strong seller's market, right? Everybody knows that. Everybody knows you got to compete. You got to, bid up a lot of times. You may have to pay over appraised value on properties sometimes. Like the market is crazy right now and leaning in the favor of sellers, right? However, back then, '08 through 2011, we had the opposite supply issue. It wasn't about the homes being foreclosures per se. So follow me for a minute. So homes, they're like any other commodity, right? If you have 10 bags of chips for sale and 50 people trying to get those 10 bags of chips, well, let's drive the price up on these chips and see who's really interested. Let's see who's serious about it. Who wants to pay what they weigh, if you will, right? So, same thing with houses. When you have too little houses and too many people trying to buy those houses, that is when you end up in a seller's market like what we're in today. Back in 2008 through 2011, we had the exact opposite problem. Because the mortgage industry was not exactly the way that it is today, and I'll get into that in just one moment, because the mortgage industry was different then, when the bubble burst, people were just foreclosed on left and right, right? The banks foreclosed on so many homes that in every neighborhood, in every town, city, and market that you went to, there were hundreds, if not thousands, more properties available than there were actually buyers in the market for those properties. And so, again, going back to that bag of chips, if we've got 10 bags of chips and only 2 people like this flavor of chips, well, you might want to drop the price on those chips if you want anybody to buy them. And that's the same thing that happened with the housing industry. We had this flood of homes come onto the market. It didn't matter that they were foreclosures. It just happened to be that they were foreclosures. The fact that they were foreclosures is not what drove the prices down. It was the fact that there was so many of them, such an abundance of inventory all of a sudden, and nobody to buy that inventory up. And so that is why prices of homes went so low back then. We do not anticipate that same thing will happen today. So yes, a lot of people are concerned that, the market's crazy and it can't sustain itself. And what happens if the bubble bursts? People haven't been paying their mortgage during COVID. Some people during, due to the COVID Relief Act. And what's going to happen when the banks decided they want that money? What's going to happen when, now the moratoriums are over and people have to start paying again? Are the banks going to foreclose on people who haven't been paying their mortgage all the time? all this time? Well, that is a weighted question. Some people will face foreclosure. True enough. However, the majority of people will not. The majority of people are going to be protected. Most loans in America are government-backed loans. So they are either an FHA, a VA, or a Fannie or Freddie conventional loan, right? And those those government-backed loans have certain protections in place to prevent exactly what we saw happen in 08 from happening again. So now the banks have to legally, they are required to provide a homeowner with certain loss mitigation options prior to foreclosure. One of those options is short selling, and we'll talk about that in another video. If you are thinking about selling your home and feel that you owe more on it than you're able to sell it for, check out my next video on short sale homes, and we'll talk about how we can get you out of that situation, right? But anyway, moving forward, so short sales are an option. Taking that balance that's due and putting it on the back of the loan is an option in some cases. In some cases, that amount will be attached as a secondary lien on the property and a promissory note that has to be paid off when the property is sold and not before. So there's going to be all kinds of options available to borrowers depending on their bank, their loan type, and their personal financial situation. But we are not going to see the market get flooded with foreclosures like what we saw before. And because of that, we're not going to see prices tank the way that we saw them tank in the past. So when we do have foreclosures that hit the market, for those people, for those borrowers who are unable to come to a solution with their lender, if those homes go into foreclosure, they will go into foreclosure, yes, but they will come on the market priced like every other home on the market of the same size and type and condition. So please keep that in mind. For those of you who are thinking about buying a home in this market, do not wait. You guys are waiting for a foreclosure crisis that's not coming. And in the meantime, what's happening is that prices are slowly going up, right? And not even slowly. In some places, they're going up really fast, right? But every month that you wait to buy a home, the prices of homes increases. Every month that you wait to buy a home, the interest rates fluctuate. We have been in a market that has experienced some of the best interest rates in the market in the last 20 to 30 years. And it is one of those things that you definitely want to take advantage of. You know, a quarter of a point on a mortgage, it may not sound like a lot, but over the life of a loan, we are talking several thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars in some cases, depending on how high your loan amount is. So definitely don't wait. Call me. Let's get out there. Let's find you a home. If you have questions or concerns about maybe your own home going into foreclosure, maybe you already own a home and you are experiencing some of the things that I just talked about, where you have, not paid your mortgage in a while due to COVID or any other reason, and you are trying to get out of that situation, please reach out to me. I have solutions for you. So I hope that answers your questions about foreclosed homes and how the banks come up with their prices for foreclosed homes. And whether it is a foreclosed home, a regular resale home, or brand new construction home, I would be happy and honored to help you along your journey. So please feel free to reach out, give me a call. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.